Now in its 11th year, the annual National Business Awards are presented by Topco Media in association with South Africa's top performing companies publication to honor South Africa's industry leaders through the acknowledgement of innovative business processes, product development, enterprise, sustainability, and overall business success. More than 500 government leaders and captains of industry attended this year's event at Empress Palace in Johannesburg to recognize the important social and environmental contributions made by organizations through excellence of service. By entering an organization, they have the opportunity to be acknowledged among South Africa's most prestigious organizations and individuals.
The National Business Awards are the Oscars of business in South Africa, and they've been going for 11 years, and they seek to really identify and reward the top organizations in South Africa, from big multinationals to the big corporates in South Africa, like Anglo America, Kumba Iron Ore. I think it's important to recognize them and just also benchmark them against their other competitors, their international competition. If you want to improve, you need to know what the competition's doing and benchmark against them in an awards program like this is obviously something that's going to help you to do better.
I think it's important to have awards and, give recognition. And it's quite important in South Africa, that is a developing country, and ours that are continuing to reconstruct and develop ourselves. It's important to recognize when people form part of that change that we require in South Africa by giving these awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your MC and comedian for today, Krije Govender. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't expecting that. Wow, was wonderful. I especially appreciated the because we were thinking of hosting the awards this year in Cape Town. But thank goodness we did it, because you try going like that in Cape Town, it doesn't really work without. A very warm welcome. I want to ask you to please give yourselves a huge round of applause, because we have a stunningly dressed audience today. So please, a huge round of applause. Tonight is about celebrating you. And a lot of people go, who are you? This is one of those rare and unique experiences where we've got people from government, we've got people from public sector, we've got corporates, we've got individuals, we've got young entrepreneurs, everyone in the same room. So it's an incredible celebration. And of course, it is in fact the Oscars of business in South Africa. So congratulations on being nominated from all of us, and well done on just being here. Give yourselves a round of applause for that, because that's brilliant. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to officially welcome you today, to put the evening into context and to congratulate each and every one of you, and perhaps also to introduce our minister at the end for her address to us. Please give him a huge, I don't think he's experienced this kind of a welcome before, all right? So please give him a huge whistle, scream, shout, and ululate for the CEO of Topco Media, Ralph Fletcher.
Topco Media, let me just tell you a little bit about Topco Media. It's a proud family business that was founded in 1994 by my awesome father, who's sitting next to the minister. Thank you for coming, Richard Fletcher. And in June 2002, we launched the very first National Business Awards. And the idea was to recognize companies and individuals that stood out from the crowd and that made South African business more relevant and competitive on an international scale. Topco Media is a front runner in benchmarking innovative and leading South African companies, and really trying to help more organizations in South Africa to do more business. I think over the 11 years that we've been doing this, we have seen some really truly great South African companies like Anglo America, MTN, Discovery, SAB. And I think for us, the important part is that they're competing against iconic multinational corporations, such as Microsoft, GE here, Accenture, Coca-Cola, DHL, to win these top awards. I think it's truly an honor for all of us to be in the company of such a great audience tonight and organizations. However, these awards are not just a pat on the back. For the winners, there's over 600 eyes and ears in this room looking to do business with innovative and successful companies like yourselves tonight. As Krije said, as the Oscars of South African business, the National Business Awards are the elite accolade that place the winners amongst the very best in South Africa. Now, I'd like to formally introduce and hand over to our keynote and guest of honor, the Honourable Minister of Human Settlement, Connie September. I think that each of us will agree that this department, more than most, needs the support of all of us to help support and house this great nation.
Let me immediately start by congratulating everyone that has been nominated in the various categories, and the recognition at this level for me is quite an important means of indeed showing confidence, not only for the business sector, but indeed for brand South Africa. As Minister of Human Settlement, I know that our department is heavily reliant on the private sector to assist us in delivering our mandate. Ladies and gentlemen, I am therefore pleased that this ceremony very importantly brings together the public and the private sector. It is in spaces such as this where collaboration must start that can deal with the challenges facing us as a nation. And may I ask, before you take a few glasses, start that collaboration. After a few glasses, it might be a bit difficult. As the Minister of Human Settlement, my first question, of course, would be to many of you, how indeed are all of you assisting your own employees to become home owners also?
I also found out there is a joke in government that some ministers are unavailable quite often, but Minister September is available from January to December. So that's a great one. I wrote that especially for you. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a great honor and a privilege to welcome our next speaker, who's our guest speaker for today. He's a gentleman that is a celebrated businessman in South Africa. He is, in fact, American from Cincinnati. He is the CEO and the president of GE Southern Africa, as well as the CEO and the president of GE Transportation of Sub-Saharan Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, we're very excited to hear what he has to share with us. Please put your hands together for Tim Schweitker. And I heard that's my German pronunciation. A big round of applause. Tim Schweitker.
Tonight is very special in that it once again reminds us that South Africa is alive with opportunities and possibilities for all who live in it. The South African government has created the right foundation with the National Development Plan. The plan can be used as a compass by entrepreneurs to actively participate in delivering socio-economic growth. Government cannot deliver on this great plan without the support and participation of all of us. At the heart of the successful adoption and delivery of the plan by all stakeholders, including SMEs, is the role that innovation has to play in growing indigenous South African businesses. Africa and South Africa is transforming to being a key influencer of innovative solutions to its unique set of socio and economic challenges. The world is realizing that Africa is claiming its seat at the innovation table. Gone are the days of an Africa that was known solely as a raw materials contributor to the economic value chain. Today, countries like South Africa, Kenya, Nigeria are at the forefront of driving a new generation of Africa tailored first world solutions. I would like to call upon all of you to take the valuable innovation lessons we can learn from the telecommunications sector, in particular the mobile telephone companies. This industry has continuously reinvented and aligned itself addressing Africa's challenges to providing access to quality and relatively affordable telecommunications, internet access, financial and health services to its urban and rural populations. Look at the success of mobile money and M-Pesa in East Africa and now South Africa. Who would have thought there would be a smarter way of moving money from urban to rural faster than MoneyGram? Who would have thought that a rural herd boy in Nongamo will be able to make calls, browse the net, while herding his father's cattle? Nor that instant diagnosis of a day-to-day ailments could be received via the Doctor on Call facility recently launched by MTN. These and more innovations have broadened the innovation play and ensured that more people from all levels of the economy can participate in building a better South Africa for all. This in turn enables you to benefit in the economic activity and, most importantly, foster a culture of delivering smarter, more efficient, and cost-effective solutions to your customers.
Just a little piece of advice. In functions like this, we get a chance to network and visit other folks in the industry. Some of our competitors are here. And one is always trying to gauge which are the rich folks. I'm just going to give you a piece of advice, statistically proven. If you want to know who the rich guys are at your tables, it's usually the bald guys. Just have a quick look. Some of you are halfway there. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your dinner, and I'll see you shortly where we'll kick off with the actual awards. I'd like to welcome on stage the fabulous Chili and Lime. Enjoy.
The National Business Awards was introduced in 2002 to recognize the success, innovation, and ethics of South African companies and organizations across all industry sectors. 17 awards are presented in categories such as Young Executive of the Year, Investing in People, and Innovation through Technology. All winners are chosen by a panel of independent judges handpicked from the business sector.
To win a National Business Award takes a lot of effort. I think the organisations have got to have a thorough entry. They're going to be very successful. So the judges look at not just the performance of the organisations from a one-year perspective, but they look at a three-year performance. You know, we're looking for profitable companies, but really the main thing is not what they're doing and how they're doing it, but the so what effect. You know, for us, it's not how much money you're spending and where you're spending that money. It's, are you measuring the results of that spending? Is there an improvement in the bottom line? Have you improved the lives of ordinary citizens?
Welcome back. Talking about little kids. You know, I'm one of those folks that has got a face that's almost famous. You know, you don't know where you've seen me before. You don't know if I work as an ABSA counter girl. You're just not sure. So I'm like one of those people that are like almost famous. For those of you that are wondering, you did see me a couple of years ago on a show called Isidingo. So thank you. There's always somebody that goes, yes. But I actually come from the capital of India, Durban. And at one stage, there were so many of us from KZN there, they nearly changed the show to Isipingo. So, but I'm behind the scenes now quite a bit, and the reason I did this, I was talking about kids and the lovely enchanted garden, is because I decided to have some little kids. And last year, I went to a function heavily pregnant with Mandosa. Everybody knows Mandosa, right? Do you? Danny K's boyfriend? went to a function with Mandosa, and the next day in the U magazine, its sister Drum and the Huisgenoot, it said, Krije Governor pregnant, could Mandosa be the father? Now I want you to think of that. If Mandosa was the father of my child, that means my child would be half black, half Indian. Do you know how confused that child would be? When it grows up, it wouldn't know whether it wants to be our president or his old financial advisor. And Mandosa used to sing that song 50-50, which goes something like this. Zonke muntu independent, let's go 50-50. A half black, half Indian child, that song would go like this. Zonke muntu independent, let's go 49.99 next year. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute pleasure to welcome the acting MD for Telkom Business, Johan Henning, to join us.
The Fast Growth SMME Award is sponsored by Telkom Business and is open to small and medium enterprises with a turnover of between 5 and 35 million rand. The winner must demonstrate significant growth in their market sector through best business practices and innovation.
And the winner is Demographica.
So we'd like to say thank you to everyone at Demographica for this. Thank you.
As a company, we are 7 years old, and growth is something that's important for a business and important for an industry, and especially in our industry. So this award is monumental in terms of what we've achieved and what we will continue to achieve in the next coming years as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, for our next category, which is the Innovation Through Technology Awards, I'd like to call upon two gentlemen. The first is from ATNS, and that is Dumisani Sangweni, beg your pardon, Dumisani Sangweni, and the CEO of Innovation Hub, McLean Sibanda.
The Innovation Through Technology Award goes to the company whose technology-based innovation demonstrates improved productivity, price, quality, and enhances the competitiveness of the South African economy.
And the winner is Altec UC South Africa.
We're a little company from Durban. We make about 500,000 decoders a month. We're one of the leading decoder manufacturer suppliers in South Africa and Africa. And the person we really have to thank for our success is actually a man who operates behind the scenes. It's our group CEO. His name is Craig Fenter. He's been with our company through hard times, good times, and he really has been a major reason for our success. So thank you very much.
Basically, it provides inspiration, and it's an acknowledgement and a reward for the company, and it's something that the company can actually hold on to and treasure. And it also plots their performance from a historical point of view, where they can actually measure these are the years where they had key success points, and they can look back at them and they can emulate to achieve them going forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd now like to welcome the CEO of Motleka Holdings, and that is Andile Mkosana, to join me on stage for the next award, which is Investing in People, sponsored by Motleka Holdings.
The Investing in People Award is given in recognition of the company that has demonstrated significant results of per capita expenditure through training, education, wellness and health.
And the winner is Kumba and Orr.
Hello, Mom. To all the people at Kumba, and especially those who go down the mine into the pits every day to bring out our iron ore, this is for you. Thank you very much.
Oh, winning this means the world to us. It's all about the people that we work with day in and day out, some 12,000 of them. So winning it for them is just fantastic.
Next up, I'd like to invite onto stage the Financial Director of AXA, and that's Maureen Manyama Matome. Please come and join me, Maureen.
The Diversity in the Workplace Award is sponsored by Airports Company South Africa and is presented to the company that best demonstrates preferential recruitment policies, skill development programs, and the progress they've made in transforming their workplace.
And the winner is Accenture South Africa. Thank you, Topco, for this amazing award, and thank you to all companies that make a contribution towards diversity in the workplace. We've got a long way to go, but we've come a long way, so thank you.
And it really is a focus across different elements of diversity within our environment, but with a strong focus in terms of really creating a conducive environment for all of our employees. And we do think that that is the edge that we've got as a company.
Our next award, I would like to call upon the Honourable Minister Connie September to come up and present this award. And a woman who is no stranger to the South African business landscape. She is the CEO of the Institute of Directors Southern Africa, Ansi Romalo.
The top performing Parastatal Agency of the Year award is awarded to the organization that has demonstrated the highest level of efficiency and effectiveness and made the greatest impact through their key performance indicators.
And the winner is...
South Africa. Oh, sorry, the Department of Trade and Industry.
I accept this on behalf of the DTI leadership, in particular Minister Davis, and I believe that this is to all the DTI employees, the employees who continue to strive in making South Africa a better economy and an economy for all. Thank you, Topco, and thank you, South Africa.
We are going to move straight along because we want to really acknowledge these individuals for the individual awards. So we move on to our next category, which is the individual awards. I'd like to welcome the brand manager of Tumi, Roy Ebru, to join us on stage. Roy, you're Portuguese. I hope I've said the surname correctly. Is it correct? All right.
In the individual category, the Young Executive of the Year award highlights the outstanding achievement of a young executive who has contributed to the organization's positive success and performance through innovative strategies and solutions.
And the winner is...
Crystal Poole, the Human Resources Manager, War, and Inga Civil Engineering Pty Limited.
Thank you, everyone. It's quite an honor to get this award. I think it's great when you work for an awesome company like Owen Ingalls. So I want to say a big up to Francis and to Craig and to my husband, who's always so supportive, whether I sit at night with doing work and he'll be making bottles and things like that. So thanks, everyone. I would think it's because we try and be progressive. We're in a construction company, so you're working with a diverse group of people. We're running programs. We've given... all our employees are shareholders of the organization. So I think we do something a bit different.
Congratulations to all our nominees and well done, Crystal Poole. I know what you're thinking. Barracuda should never recruit her. All right. Moving on. It's for the sharper people here. Top performing entrepreneur of the year. It's a pleasure to call upon the CEO of Industrial Development, Jeffrey Kwena.
2013's top performing entrepreneur must be a person who has taken significant personal risk to start a business. The recipient must demonstrate that the business has achieved financial success and is clearly sustainable.
Wendy Kemp.
I have a speech from Wendy. She says, I'm humbled by grace to firstly be voted as finalist and then winner in the entrepreneur category of the National Business Award 2013. One cannot grow a business thinking that you can walk the walk single-handedly. The investment that I've made with my dynamic staff has been my reward year after year. Igniting and inspiring them is my daily tonic, and give grateful thanks for their commitment in allowing my vision to become a reality. Thank you.
The top performing businessmen and businesswomen awards are given to a man and woman whose leadership is reflected in their service to their company.
And the winner is Stephen Kak, Paycop Holdings. Paycop Holdings.
Unfortunately, Stephen is unable to join us this evening, and we ask that Bronwyn Watts accept his award on his behalf.
Are you ready? Lynette Magassa.
I actually feel very honored, and it means quite a lot, especially in the women's sector as well. It's quite exciting, and not only that is exciting for me, it's also exciting for the new generation and other women in Africa.
We want to thank you so much for sharing this evening with us, and if you had a good time, let's hear a big round of applause if you did. I know you guys did, winners here today. I know you guys did, winners here today. But once again, let me stress that it is such an honor and a privilege to be nominated for these awards in particular, and I hope to see you here year after year after year. My name is Krije Govender saying enjoy dessert, enjoy the entertainment that we had for you today, and please, if you've had too much to drink, give your husband the keys. Good night, God bless, enjoy.